position 5, make it work. I mean, the thing is, like, I could see a lot of areas where this can come unstuck, right? The Earth Spirit could have a rough time in the lane with the OD. They don't exactly have the greatest rotators to make that any easier, whereas Mirana absolutely can, right? You get the Astral into the arrow, can make kills happen. You've also got the Gyro potentially being counted out by the Arena of Blood. So, and it's a position 1 Gyro, although CTY is incredibly comfortable with it. With that being said, though, they have a Venom. So it could just be the one thing that makes me favor Team Zero. I really have a lot of faith in Xtreme Gaming's draft, though, but after some of the decision-making and a lot of the team play that Team Zero were able to exhibit, I just want what's the fantasy, the honeymoon, the Cinderella story, that's it, to continue, because how great would it be to be able to see a TI winner from China back at TI?
Be good to see those veterans back there.
Yep.
Kind of with the young guns as well.
Why, right? So they would have 2. Well, 3 technically with a coach. 4 with
That is true. That's true. Okay. Well, the list is going up. It's going up. It's going up. We'll see. I do have a lot of concerns on what this Earth Spirit's able to do. I don't think this mid lane will be any more favorable.
You're a hater.
Dude, it's got to be said, man. So with that being said, you need to also, you're going to catch back up. You need to make those rotations to the side lanes. Last game, he wasn't able to get as many kills nor assists, but he does have some very strong side lanes to rotate to, like a Shadow Demon to set up with banishment for roll. Bottom lane, you've got a bunch of slows to be able to set up as well. So there is definitely some kill threat in those lanes. I will say though, you know, we've seen JT on this Mars. This guy has put the team on his back. I know he's got a very good Doom. Last game, we weren't able to see it come into play, but his Mars is super scary.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those ones that is able to scale incredibly well. He was like 2nd net worth in their games yesterday, wasn't
he? Yeah. So Mars is definitely one of those heroes that he can thrive on, and you will see if Ghost is going to be able to have a repeat performance as well. Phantom Assassin so far is, you know, not had the greatest track record. DY Drew might actually go down, and yep, that's first blood. I think 5 stacks with a blood grenade and Firestorm gets first blood, and DY is going to kind of tip his hat to him as well.
As he should. I mean, you want to make sure that this Shadow Demon gets off to a good start, frees him up space to, well, he won't be able to get any D wards. He's still got his Sentry ward in the stash. The other thing that I'm looking at as well is JT. We know that, like we said before, he goes this super scaling sort of build, but 1 point of the Bulwark in lane can give you just so much value against the Gyrocopter. That Flak Cannon nowhere near as good at being able to provide that same level of harass, and we're actually seeing the effect of the increased rate. Flak Cannon as well ends up hitting onto Jinkyu.
Nice.
But not
very close though. So already see a couple kills across the board. Do wonder how top lane Ice might be the first kill for Xtreme. Ghost has got another round of the dagger. Slow is going to be enough for DY to be able to get in range for that last right click.
Don't you love blood grenade?
Look, they nerfed it. Like, yes, it's still very strong, but you know, they nerfed it, and I like that it's an instrument for early game kills, and I want action. You know, we don't want to have like 0 kills at 6-7 minutes, and blood grenade makes sure that doesn't happen. So I like it. I'm fine with it.
That's what we want to hear. Active Dota is the best way. Already up to level 3 on Beyond, and I mean, this lane doesn't exactly become that much easier for Ghost. Again, possibly one of the reasons why they went and picked this PA is that he's playing on the Dire side, right? So PA doesn't really need too much mana regeneration to be able to just go into the jungle. You could just put 1 point in the blur, make sure you've got that 25-second duration of it, and then use the Mighty Mines plus 7 HP regen to be just fine. Beyond is getting a lot of key last hits, though, onto some of these range creeps, and more importantly, the flag bearer creeps, just to make sure that he doesn't have that farming potential to be able to go back into the jungle.
So what do we feel like is the role of Ice then in this lane? Because he doesn't need to babysit the Underlord. When is he going to start to consider about actually going back to the triangle and making stacks, or maybe even trying to secure some of the runes for 7E?
I think he just wants Underlord to get at least the Ring of Health, which he's got coming out to him now. So you might be able to yoink away this Healing Lotus. You might be able to make a movement across to be able to potentially secure the top water rune while making stacks at the same time.
Okay.
So we'll see what sort of movements he's looking to make. But, I mean, the hard camp's been unblocked, so maybe he just looks to bring that one back even further, make the lane even easier for Beyond. Because I thought he was the MVP of the last game. Others didn't, but you know, he put on a really solid performance there. Just the one creep gets pulled off, but Beyond should be just fine.
Does look like all the other lanes still going pretty decently overall. Mid lane, like we thought, was going to be very favored for the Outward Devourer. It's proving to be that way so far. A lot of it's going to come down to a little bit awkward with the roll. Yeah, XM should be able to get a solo kill. Another round of the Arcane Orb and one more right click. Oh, that is big. Again, XM, one of his better heroes, is that OD as well. Look at the Razor, OD, Cop, Death Prophet. Some of the more not flashy playmaking mids, and he's going to also have Xinkyu, who I think had a very good performance on the Mirana last game. In like the first 25-30 minutes, I think some of the Yaw setups and his positioning was incredible, and we're already starting to see him play around mid. So if they get another kill onto the Earth Spirit after TPing back in, this could really be an issue for his lane. Top lane though, so DY goes down to Beyond a nice size.
Good as ever on Xinkyu, even after taking that small break from the competitive scene. Obviously, the lane just not in a good enough spot, though, for him to be able to go for this dive onto the Earth Spirit. The Radiant Creep Wave went too far underneath the tower, so he's forced to go back towards the bottom side. Again, you're not totally freed up to allow the Mars to have as much of a free lane, right? He's going a couple of braces to be able to be tanky enough, but with no Vanguard being built up by JT, he is a lot more vulnerable. So, again, what's the best way to be able to lane into a difficult lane? It's don't lane. Xinkyu making sure to get this pull off here to be able to give JT that free farm.
All right, Ghost, he's going to get rotated on from ZZQ. XM's actually going to try and TP him, but it will be a bit of an awkward one because Ghost jumped down to the south. XM's still going to show up with the Sanities, drops it instantly. No messing around from the OD. They'll get one kill. Ghost jumps over the top of the cliff and gets it doubled. That is a great rotation out of XM's OD. And I mean, simultaneously, they're making sure they don't miss anything. Xinkyu soaking up some solo experience, getting some gold in the middle lane as well.
Nearly even got the power rune as well, but 70 is going to be able to bottle that one. I mean, the important thing is 70 did at least get a little bit of time, though, to be able to farm up a little bit. He's now almost level 6 after one more creep, and he's going to have the Urn of Shadows as well to be able to make plays with. So we just saw XM make that sort of rotation happen. He'll see that he doesn't have another TP scroll in his inventory for right now. It's getting delivered on the courier, but if 70 is really quick with his movement, he might be able to make a kill happen elsewhere on the map. It's just, where can that look to happen? Both lanes pushed in pretty heavily right now.
It's a bit of an awkward timing for them to start to rotate DY down to bottom. CTY and ZZQ just chunked through the health pool of both Xinkyu and JT, so not really going to be in a position to capitalize on this Ven rotation. I don't even know if they know what's going on, though, because ZZQ and CTY playing very safe now.
Mm-hmm. 1-for-1 Wisdom Rune trade, so no one really gets out on the better end of that.
This is big. 70 needs to capitalize on these movements, and it looks like it's going to be an easy kill onto JT. If the spear would be a bit awkward, along with the arrow as well. Should be able to refresh the magnetize, and in fact, it's actually the flat cannon. Meanwhile, top lane as well. Ghost once again getting dived past the tower. XM has no sanities this time. We'll see if it's going to be a difference maker. They got the double kill previously. They should be able to get the first onto ZZQ. Ashland Banishment holding both into place, but Ghost up to a killing spree, snipes it with the dagger. XM once again, you don't really see the OD being this active, especially with the build that he's gone for. Ghost isn't done just yet, though. Spies Ice solo out on the cliff. A double kill with a couple lucky crits. And now with JT nearby, they can continue to chase Beyond down. Another round of the Astral can set up for the spear. They're going to try and play on the outskirts of the Firestorm. And they'll be able to do so perfectly as Xtreme Gaming, making sure they bring all the resources required to be able to shut down that attempt up top.
And what was an incredibly hard lane for Ghost has now become him topping the net worth. You know, he's 0-2. He's having a fantastic time up here and really punishing a team that just, for whatever reason, continues to dive a little bit too deep. CTY on the bottom side, of course, was still able to get that kill onto the Mars. Again, big part of it was the bonus to the flak cannon, receiving the additional night vision as well. So it was able to go for that extra little bit of right click underneath the tower. So for everything that's going well for Xtreme Gaming up on the top side, CTY, he's still having a solid start himself. 2-2-0. Sorry, 2-0-0.
Those stacks are starting to be built up as well. He's going to have a nice jungle to be able to fall back on. But it does need to be said.
I was about to say, that's kind of what I was expecting Ice to be doing a lot more, right? Just building stacks dedicated, because you don't need to go for these dives on the Underlord, right? You're already having a good enough time being providing a lot of harass over to the PA, and it kind of feels like ZZQ and Ice have just fed over at least 1 or 2 kills each to a PA that probably was in a really risky spot if she just didn't have those kills to be able to gain her net worth from.
Well done from JT.
I'm just having a look at like the actual last hit charts. I know. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to look up on this top side. But yeah, look at the last hit difference between the gyrocopter and the PA. Nearly double at this rate.
Jesus,
if he didn't have those kills, he would be behind.
And to speak a little bit more about the carry matchup, like PA is going to be very comfortable against the gyro as this game goes on.
Yep.
Gyro likes to hold people from a distance with that flak cannon, but the Phantom Assassin will have an easy way to get on top of you. So
I can't imagine too much of a better BKB game than this as well for Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Up against, they have no way of stopping him once he's in.
Again, they're going to try. This time it's going to be with 7E. And again, XM, he'll mirror the rotation. We've seen what's happened prior, and they are super hesitant. 7E wants to roll away, but Beyond's still going to play in the lane. Another missed roll. It's starting to get pretty awkward from Team Zero. They'll assassinate Ice. Now XM's going to be able to hold down Beyond as well. And with the Arcane Orb, they'll easily clear through the tankiness of that Underlord. As they're not even done just yet. JT was even able to catch up to 7E with the Arena, man. What is going on at this top side? How many times are they going to bang their head against this wall until they find out that this is not a play for them to continue making?
It's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting different results. And yeah, I mean, that's 3 separate times now that they've gone for the exact same play and had the exact same result. Really unequal trades coming out across the board. And this time, I don't even think ZZQ was there. Maybe they would have had enough to be able to do it if that was the case. I mean, on the plus side, they've nearly taken the tier 1 tower top, but I feel like that's the sort of thing that you should have been doing, right? Focus a little bit more on taking the tower and then go for that sort of play.
Whoa, what's going on here? Aggressive rift in from Brion. A swap to get some damage mitigation, but it's not going to be enough. That is a gigantic kill for Zero. Bit of a streak. We're going to look for DY next as well. Still got multiple stones to work with. 70's he's just playing with them at the moment. We'll still get it. Beyond gets a double and a corridor as well, so that is some much needed gold for him, but still, the Earth Spirit is not continuing to pick up his own farm to potentially scale this game.
We can't all be Messi, okay? Can't all be amazing footballers. Shout out to Spain, by the way, winning the Women's World Cup. Did you watch any of it? Or Aussie's got 4th?
The World Cup?
Soccer World Cup, yeah.
Yes, I watched the Matilda's England game, but I didn't watch anymore. I mean, half the time I was in Bali, so
true.
It was a bit difficult.
Bloody
it was
Poms.
A bit difficult. Yes. Yeah, bloody Poms. But yeah, it's all right. We'll have our day. It's all right. I don't know. Can we bring up sports as well? I feel like that's a. I think people say no-go. It's a no-go area.
Yeah, it's fine. We talk about
fucking nerds.
All right, calm down. Tower up, tier 1 tower mid. So now it feels a lot more sensical for them to make these sorts of plays. But the thing is, you've already gotten the farm on Ghost, right? He's 4-0-5. He's able to move back into this safer area. He doesn't need to leave, and well, he's only 150.
No way. Are they coming? All right, Rainbow TP's down. That was an awkward start. It's going to be the Underlord along with the Earth Spirit. They want to commit the Arena for this as well. XM drops the Send. It is a quick and easy kill, but now 70's got a free fight, and this Earth Spirit's damage is really starting to rack up. He's going to refresh the Magnetize before they get the kill, and thanks to that, 7E, he'll get a double inside the grave. JT should be able to TP out, but meanwhile, Ice was able to cut off Xinqiu's retreat. So in the end, it's going to be a 3 for 3, I guess. Does that favor die just because Ghost is free farming with Battle Fury across the map?
I guess so. I mean, but the thing is, Gyro is also farming. I understand what you're meaning, though, right? He's going to have the potential to scale just a little bit faster than what CTY is, but I mean, we say that CTY is just 2 items away from being able to pick up his own Aghanim Scepter and really starting to extend his net worth in a similar sort of fashion. I mean, the big thing for mine is that I thought that Team Zero probably could have fought a lot better. You know, the Venomancer didn't have any mana left to be able to even use the Noxious Plague. I thought the roll in from 70 was a little bit slow, considering you'd already used the Astral Imprisonment on the OD, and it meant that Beyond wasn't able to get off any spells. He did 0 damage in that fight, so I really thought that would work out a whole lot better for Team Zero if they just made a few different choices.
I must say, though, I love the status of this game. Very even, 9 to 13, 15 minutes in with a minimal net worth lead for Team Zero. This is looking like we are going to shape up for a great mid game.
Poor CTY comes to the ancient area saying, "Where's my stacks?" And well, they're all gone. They've been farmed up by the rest of the team. So he's.
He already got them before.
Where exact? Nah, Shadow Demon got a bunch of them before.
He got the ancients. SD got the hard though. So he's like, yeah, it's JT. Ooh, that's a hell of an arena. Can they get more kills off the back of it though? Because once again, Team Zero, they are out in full force. It's a nice swap, but it's not going to matter in the end as 7E hunts him down inside the river. Great start, but unfortunately for JT, there just was not enough damage to pump inside.
I think he just didn't expect all the boys to be there, even CTY, right? This is the first time that he's really shown up to a fight that hasn't come to him. So with that, I think that is the Aghanim Scepter now completed for the Gyrocopter, brings himself up from level 10 to level 12, and he's starting to put him a little bit of a barrier between him and Ghost in terms of how quickly they're going to be impacting this game. But when we say that, Ghost, he's level 12 himself. He's almost got the Desolator completed as well. And I mean, we talked about a lot of little buffs going on, but Deso got one as well. You just get an extra 10 damage from it if you are able to just farm those kills consistently. And you got to say, I mean, with an OD, Mirana, Venge, Mars, there's a lot of stuns to be able to enable that sort of thing to start happening for Ghost on his PA.
Yeah, I do really wonder what the item progression is going to be for him though. You know, what are you looking at? Probably BKB, like it's your classic Battle Fury Deso BKB. I'll hold that because Xtreme are looking to make a play. Shinkyu is going to be split from the team, but there is a backstab from DY and Ghost, a quick and easy kill. Now they're going to look over to 7E next as well. Nice timing of the swap. DY, very well done. And now there is a potential, maybe not at the moment, but over the next couple of minutes, Roche needs to be in the back of the mind for Team Zero. You got this Medallion maxed out wave, you got Arcane Orb from OD as well. So if the same thing happens, even just one pickoff, that could just be an instant Roche for Xtreme.
Even just being able to take like the tier 1 tower top or the tier 1 tower bottom to be able to prevent like easy twin gate movements or TP movements up towards contesting that area. I mean, even in the meantime, Ghost has taken a bunch of stacks and now he's got that Desolator as well. So on top of everything else that you've just been mentioning, you've even got that to contend with.
So yeah, I do want to go back to the item progression on Ghost. You know, Deso BKB, it's going to be a classic. I'm thinking of somewhere Scepter needs to be thought of for him. I don't know, are you thinking of like an Abyssal Blade game? That's not really a Nullify game, I'd say. So what are you kind of hoping out of Ghost?
I'm just thinking like what's going to be able to provide. Oh. This is a really ballsy Dark Rift in onto the top side, not wanting to give it away for free. I'm just thinking like what's going to enable him to like pick off a lot of these quick kills and then transition to something else. Of course, the Ags is nice, but even just things that enable him to not be controlled up too much. You know, like, could it even be worth, I know it sounds really awkward, but like Ghost getting a halberd himself just to be able to deal with a gyro, being able to stand and man fight. I know it's weird.
That's crazy. Come on.
This was really good this game, and being able to have a 5-second disarm for the gyrocopter is vital. I know he could potentially go for something like, I mean, MKB makes a lot of sense as well, right? You can see Gyro is already building into the butterfly.
Oh, wow.
But I'm just thinking, how is he going to deal with CTY? That's my biggest concern.
JT.
Every other hero, I'm not worried.
Nice swap. He doesn't really have anyone over to the right side, though, but it's not going to matter. JT will get some distance away thanks to DY. They're going to get the kill? hang on, they're going for both sides. 70 will be able to catch up to JT. So get the pretty big kill onto the Mars as no one else was nearby to offer any assistance.
It's already quite a way until he picks up that BKB, and well, maybe that's what they're waiting for around this Roche, but they got to make the decision soon-ish, right? Because in a minute or so, it's going to start being a bit more of an advantage over for Team Zero. We can see a lot more attention being put onto pushing this tower out. CT White, he's got the boys standing behind him, but has to be careful about going in too deep here. Oh, kicked in?
Oh, what? It doesn't matter. The NCTY gets the kill and maybe even the tower. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's something else we need to look at. Look at the items being picked up as well against the PA. The Gossamer Cape already used by Beyond. Anyone else got Gossamers? Not quite.
This one.
Yeah, we've got two more options. No, one more option for it, excuse me, on ZZQ. And I'm sure he would be over the moon to be able to pick up something like that, just because, of course, it would provide him the ability just to, again, when you're a 5 Veno, you just need to get your spells off. Nothing more. You need a second, basically. Noxious Plague, cast the Gale, maybe one Plague Ward, and you're happy.
Yeah. I'm a bit concerned on JT's potential to scale this game. We do definitely have two greedy cores with the PA and the OD. We even have a position for that wants a lot of, well, can do a lot with gold. So we're seeing at the moment that he hasn't been able to pick up the items, and again is always in the firing line. DY, another swap to get his core out to safety, but that's going to mean his 7th death of the game for DY.
Just Venge life, man. This is what you have to deal with when you're playing a support Venge. He's been in the right place at the right time, and you would much rather those deaths go onto him rather than a core.
Yes. But this is about to be a gigantic timing with this early butter. Oh, still fight breaking out, actually. CTY. So JT gets spear back, and with XM nearby, that's the damage they're going to need to be able to get the kill onto Beyond. Very nicely done. Great kind of positioning of that arena and spear. Just going to push him away from any reinforcements towards the T1 tower. So a quick and easy kill. Now they can get back out on the map.
I was considering, are they going to start looking towards Roshan as a potential option for themselves? They're just going a free Tormentor for themselves. Hopefully DY doesn't die or Ghost. He ends up getting that extra bounce from the Magic Missile over for the Vengeful Spirit. So that's a nice tool to be able to have. You don't necessarily need to be on the front lines of these fights. You can just cast it on a creep and you still get the main benefit of the missile.
Yeah, I feel like, and Drew agree as well, that Team Zero going to now be proactive with this butterfly completed. It seems like they're just going to go straight into Roche.
I think they need to. I mean, the big thing that I'm really looking for is, are you going to be able to take over the map a little bit more before these BKBs really start to come out for Xtreme Gaming? And they're damn close. OD's already got hers. His, excuse me. You're about 200 away from JT on his Mars, and you're about, what, 200 away on the PA as well. So this is perfect timing for them to be able to pick this one up. Uncontested. It just comes a question of, are they going to be going up against that surprise factor of the BKBs, and how aware of it are they going to be, and how on point is Ice going to be as well? Now he's level 12. He's got a Blink Dagger as well on this Shadow Demon, so he can look to start fights way far back and look to play a similar sort of role to the Venge and try and bait out at least some of that BKB duration.
And you'd have to say that both the supports on Team Zero are the priority inside these team fights for Xtreme to kill off first.
They're just so easy to be able to pick off, right? That's the thing. They're squishy as hell, especially the Shadow Demon. Basically, 0 stats picked up. At least the Veno has the Parvis and the Medallion of Courage for a little bit of armor potential against the PA, and that's where I'm really looking out for whatever tier 2 item you're looking to go for on the Venomancer. It's still available in the items shop, so I want to see a Gossamer Cape come out from ZZQ.
7E. Oh, they're going to run straight into each other. A little bit awkward now with the start, and especially with the spear off the mark. JT's going to try and TP out, but Jinkyu will not have the same fate. They're even going to try and catch up to DY, and Ice will be able to get a glimpse of the Venge. Really nice timing out of the roll from 7E. He's making this Earth Spirit work currently in this second game.
Say that again?
He's playing well. He's playing very well. Some of the roles in the early game were a little bit questionable, some of the point blank ones, but besides that, yes, building up his power. He's just getting the calculations down, and Yeah, with that, those 2 kills, T2 Tower is going to be under some pressure. Then we've got to look at mid lane as well, because they're starting to set up on XM, who probably has to pop a BKB now to get out. So this is going to be a bit of a victory. Ghost is even on the outskirts to think about jumping in.
He's got his BKB, and look, even just him showing is enough for them to be able to back off. They're not feeling confident enough at all to be able to make that one happen.
Wait, now top lane, hang on a second. 3 heroes showed mid. This is an opportunity. But they're a little bit too slow with JT. Also, bottom and not having teleport. It meant that no one was really there to be able to initiate.
They don't quite yet see ZZQ. Pretty easy pick off if they're able to land underneath the tower onto him.
DD for Ghost.
Ooh.
This could be the fight even into ages.
Not quite. He's so close though. What's he got coming on the courier? Just a Blade of Alacrity.
They'll start on XM. They also see JT TPing in as well. They're going to be able to cancel the blink of the Mars. It's a nice Astral, an even better swap back under the tower. A quick and easy kill where they don't have to commit too heavily. And JT can now get himself set up for the arena, which can enable Ghost. And what a fight. It all lines up perfectly for Xtreme.
Bro, he didn't even have to pop BKB for that. He's still got his 9-second BKB. He just got onto Beyond at the very start with that double damage. I was counting the number of hits. It was like 8 or 9, but still, to be able to get through an underlord with all of that physical damage reduction with a Gossamer Cape, it just feels enormous for Ghost to still have all of the tools at his disposal, and so much gold coming his way now. We mentioned the Aghanim Scepter. It's going to be coming out very shortly, just one component away, and then the MKB coming after that.
Man, we're going to be able to see that multiple times this game, I think. Just, you know, you have the potential of Astral into Arrow, swap into Hex very shortly because JT's going for that swap into Arrow. There's a lot of opportunities for Xtreme to start these fights, and really for Zero, there's not a lot. It's just the roll on 7E, or it's just you putting Jara in the front and him being this raid boss. But like we spoke about, this is not a game where Jara is going to be able to fulfill that role. You will kill him very fast with the PA, with the OD. So this game, it's looking like you probably gotten out of the scary stage now for Xtreme.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but what does he even go now on the gyrocopter just to be able to live? Like, do you need to go in AC or something like that just to be able to provide some sort of a protection up against this PA? Because, I mean, sure, you can get solar crested and it's going to provide you a little bit of armor, but is that going to be enough? I don't think so. Speaking of the solar crest, not the better man, so Ghost, his blur ends up 1, 2, 3.
That's a big crit. I think you need damage as well for CTY though, so there's a lot. This is a very difficult position for Zero to be in. They're even hunting down bottom. Jinq runs past Ice. They love a glimpse of CTY. Oh, did they not see him? Maybe not. Regardless, look at the kill onto Ice. And CTY is able to TP out. They will see him now, though, so they do have confirmation at least of, you know, where the gyro TP'd out to. So this is going to be a lot of information for them, just, you know, confirming that this T2 tower bottom will be for free. They might even smoke and go to the triangle, and yeah, that's going to be the play. They know he is stuck in this location. This is a big opportunity if they're able to capitalize.
Yeah. 7E just acting as a bit of a bodyguard right now. He's looking to go into a Ghost Scepter for himself just to be...
Nice scan.
Get down, Mr. President. He will be able to get away just in time, as well as pick up a tier 3 token for himself. Other possible options that he could look to maybe get to be able to buff himself up.
Oh, that's greedy.
Maybe a Defiant Shell.
All right, well done, ZZQ. It's going to be able to pop the smoke. The CTY will get out. JT knows he's there, though. Oh, can he cut him off potentially if he runs through the trees? Oh, we got the spear. It's no BKB, so he's going to be able to land the arena. JT, well done. He's had a very rough game 1 and a game 2. But just a couple of moments from him in these past couple of fights have been huge for Xtreme.
And I really thought that he would be able to get the kill because of a lot of that damage coming back as, yeah, just a solo pick off there by XM. Had to pop the sanities for it, but he doesn't care. It was a fresh pick up the Scythe of Ice, enabling him to do that. And because of that, already straight back up to having 1,000 gold available for himself. Yeah, the Tormented, you know, doing a little bit of that damage onto the Mars, making sure that Blink Dagger wasn't going to be a factor. Doesn't even matter.
Look at them just sweeping across the map now with the wards set up. It's almost impossible for you to get out of the map now from Team Zero. We saw they just tried, but solo kill for XM. So this is...
It's some high caliber Dota, honestly, from both teams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? You saw the Gyro knew that they knew he was top. And the fact that they weren't pushing bottom was just a huge red flag for them. Putting 70 on the front lines, making sure ZZQ was there to pop the smoke and the scan all there. They did all the right things. It's just Xtreme are way too far ahead.
If we want to continue the talk of high caliber Dota, I don't know how you read this, but Wisdom Room timing, Xinkyu, he scanned at the triangle area, recognizing that someone, that's often a pathway to try and get to the Wisdom Room, and it scanned red, so he instantly popped Shadow to try and get the kill off the mark. Nonetheless, nice read. Meanwhile, Ghost, quick jump over the top, and a quick and easy kill as well. Refreshes his spells, and JT straight onto CTY, and there was not even a hope of him being able to play that fight. This is getting to a stage where one more bad team fight, you could tap out. I do not see a way back in this game.
I mean, you're killing him like this without the MKB, and now he's got it coming out to him as well. Like, this is the sort of thing that I'm really worried about. Again, first usage of the BKB there. Of course, you want to use your BKB for those high-value targets like the Gyrocopter, and with how hard he's been able to try and find farm across the map, he doesn't have buyback. He doesn't even have a BKB to be able to walk away from those sort of attempts. This is what I was talking about when it comes down to, still choosing to go the Gyrocopter against the Mars. Let's say he's even able to stand a man fight, right? You could just walk out of the arena and then suddenly all the flak cannon tits are hitting into the walls. So makes it a whole lot more challenging for you. 70, he's underneath the ward as well. DY, Xinkyu, they've been so solid with just enabling these roams across the map because of their ward game.
It's a probability. 9%. Oh, Ghost. All right, CTY, don't reveal yourself, because Ghost probably's not going to stop there. Maybe with the BKB on cooldown. Yeah. XM's TPing back in, though. They're going to buy back out his ZZQ, but the instant use of the BKB in, now with Ghost nearby, they're going to look to turn as Xtreme. This should be their fight to take, and Ghost, once again, has zero concerns inside this engagement. It is just all Xtreme Gaming. Ghost has been isolated, but like we said, one more fight. If it doesn't go their way, they're going to be tap out, and that'll be all she wrote. Xtreme, they'll push us the distance in our lower bracket finals.